Hey everyone, Jonathan here with JonathanLearnerFitness.com, and I have an interesting video for you today. Um, Whenever we're working towards something and we have a goal, we have something that we're working towards, we always have these feelings of doubt on occasion. Doubt of whether we're doing the right thing, doubt of whether we think that we can actually achieve the goal that we've set out for ourselves. And we all go through it. And the reason I'm giving you this video today is that I went through this morning. And it was weird. Basically, as soon as I woke up this morning, beside my bed, I have a sheet of my goals I want to achieve for the year, things that I want to visualize that morning right before I get up out of bed. And I was looking at that, and I had all these self-doubts just pop up into my mind. Things of, am I doing the right thing? Can I actually achieve that? Should I continue running my own business? Wouldn't I just be better if I just got a job, got paid for my time, and away I went, and then I wouldn't have to worry. It'd be easier. And those were all the thoughts that I had running through my mind this morning. And I got to boot camp; they were still running through my head before people got there, and then I pulled up my quote for the day, and basically I have it right here. I wrote out based on my workouts for the week and my quotes and everything, all my themes for every day for the week, and it just so happened that this was exactly the quote that I needed today, and I thought I would share it with you. Talked about it in boot camp today, and it says, it's a Chinese proverb, and it says, "Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still." So we have a choice. We have a choice that we can either move forward or we can move backwards. In life, you're either moving forwards or you're moving in the other way. There's no in between, there's no middle. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. So the reason I love this quote is that though things in your life or going towards your goals might not be where you want them to be right now, as long as you are moving forward, you are taking the right steps that you need to take to be able to get there. Even though you might be moving really slowly towards it, you're still moving towards it. We get so caught up in not being at the end result yet. After a certain amount of time where we put in some effort and we're still in that mindset of instant gratification that we want to be there now. And I get stuck there all the time. I am definitely constantly in that mindset, and I have to pull myself back. It takes that effort, it takes that hard work, it takes that time to be able to get to that point. And there's this book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And the whole premise of the book basically talks about, you want to write down a day that is your worst day. Whether it's you had a really bad day at work, things didn't go your way, you lost all your files on your computer, your kids were up all night sick, puking, or you had to miss a day of work because they were puking, or you got into a car accident, and all these other things happen. And think about that worst day. What could you do on that day that would still move you towards your goal? What is one small thing that you could do that would still bring you a little bit closer? The whole concept is basically compound interest. And the idea I like to use is, say, exercise. So you want to get fit. You want to lose some weight. You want to tone up. You just want to increase your fitness and your health overall. Now, if you don't have a full workout that day, what could you do on a daily basis to do something that would work towards your health and your fitness? Now, the example that was explained to me by a friend who explained it to me was doing push-ups. When he started, he could only do 15, 20 push-ups, or 20, 25. But on his worst day, he said he would do 20. So he was able to do 20 push-ups, but on his worst day, he said, you know what? It would take 30 seconds, 45 seconds to be able to throw out 20 push-ups. And that's what he started with. So that was his minimum. You want to have a minimum every single day. If you can only do 5 full push-ups, do 2 a day. And I know it doesn't sound like very much, just doing 2 a day, but doing 2 a day for a year, that's over 700 push-ups that you've done for the year. And you know what? As you get comfortable and as you start doing that every single day, you're going to want to increase that number. You're going to want to do a few more because you built that strength now. And so that number is going to be a lot higher than 700, over 700. But the fact that you did it consistently, every single day, you put in some sort of effort to move towards your goals. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. And it's your choice. On a daily basis, we have the choice to move forward or to move or do nothing and move backwards. I'm going to read this again. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. We'll always come up with self-doubts. We'll always have these negative thoughts that pop up into our mind. And I still have them up until I taught the boot camp class, and I'm like, I realized, why are these thoughts even coming to my head? I love this. I love being able to train people. I love being able, the energy and the smiles and the love-hate relationship. People give me a nasty looks, but after the class and they're smiling, they're giving me a high five. And I love that. And I love that I'm being able to change people's lives here. And all of a sudden those self-doubts and things disappeared. But we're always going to have them. They're always going to come up. What can you do to make sure that you can keep moving forward? What is your daily task that you can do to keep moving forward? All right, I'll leave you with that. Keep thinking about that. This is Jonathan Lerner with JonathanLernerFitness.com. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will talk to you soon.